now we're going to talk about the conquest of planet Earth.
Alright,
Wow.
Conquest of Planet Earth. It's hot! We turn off the air conditioning and record. Conquest of Planet Earth is one of the few games I've seen where you are the aliens attacking Earth. There's no defending here. Earth is your enemy. In fact, there's a superhero in the game who fights against you, and as the game goes by, I promise you're going to grow to hate the guy.
It is very satisfying to smack him down when he comes up.
But this is a game from Flying Frogs Production, and for the first time in a long time they decided not to use real pictures of people, which I think is a wonderful idea.
A step forward, definitely.
But this game definitely is a silly, fun game. There's two versions, a cooperative game, which is probably the best way to play it, and then there's a game where you go head-to-head, which has a lot more chaos. I mean, there's a lot of chaos in the game anyway, but luck can determine the winner just by virtue of drawing cards.
And we found that out the hard way.
But I don't mind,
No.
really, because the game is that silly. You have to get in the right mood. It even comes with a trademark CD, which I started playing in our first game, and they made me turn it off.
Yeah, swing and a miss. Swing and a miss with the CD.
You don't need to include a music CD with every game.
You do not. Despite what you might hear, you don't.
There are two ways to play this game. You can play competitively or cooperatively. It plays out fairly similar with each one, but what you need to do is you need to take an alien at the beginning of the game, and there are lots of different kinds of aliens, and they're all your typical B-movie aliens, you know, from bugs, the brains, the giant bats. Each alien has a strength that shows how powerful each of your ships that you send down in. And I guess we should mention these ships because
They're not palm trees, which is what they look like.
I think it's a ship shooting at a giant beam.
Yes, that's what it's supposed to be.
But yeah, they do look like palm trees. And then your second number here is intelligence, which is how many cards you hold. And if you think you'd rather have stronger people with less intelligence, the cards are pretty powerful. There's also special abilities here. Some of these abilities cost menace tokens to play, and you get menace tokens different ways throughout the course of the game. I have no idea how balanced these aliens are. They're probably not. But they're all a lot of fun to play. Each alien has a base that they start with, and they'll be putting their 4 alien ships on it. And on your turn, you have several actions that you can take. How many actions do you have? Well, at the beginning of the game, each player gets a set of tokens, of action tokens. You have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you have one that says D6. You can always play the D6, which means you roll a die, and that's how many actions you get. Whoever plays the fewest actions gets to go first, but, you know, it's useful to have a lot of actions. What are actions? Well, you can move a spaceship into a neighboring location from where it's at, and if it's an empty location, we'll pull up a location. This will show how many points the location's worth and how many people will defend it. Now, when that happens, after you've moved everyone, let's say I moved 2 aliens in here to attack, then we go to the resistance deck, because these humans are annoying. They think that they should fight us back. And so you turn it over, and, oh, it's an angry mob, whatever. So it's 1 to my 4, because let's say I'm using an alien where I'm a strength of 2. And then we each roll a die. The aliens roll a red die, I roll the white. So I have 4 plus 2, aliens roll 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, so I win. I've conquered this. It's now mine. I put one of my conquest tokens on it. But not everything's as easy as that. And look, U.S. Army tanks with a 5. But even worse than that is sometimes you'll pull up a hero. Like, for example, here we got Army scientists. They're plus 2, even plus 1 at a tech location. But then you draw another card. And if you get multiple heroes, that could be really annoying, especially when this guy shows up. Captain Fantastic. Or Mr. Loser. Because he's 6 and he adds something else, and he gets plus 1 strength for every alien at the location. And after you are done fighting him, win or lose, he gets shuffled back into the deck. And the whole deck gets shuffled again. So he will show up probably multiple times during the course of the game. I'm pretty sure in our game, Sam fought him almost every time.
Twice.
Sam has a special brand of luck.
Yes.
Which takes place. But the aliens aren't out of everything. You can get stuff called space stuff, which can give you special abilities, victory points. You can get other models. They have other spaceships that come out. a giant robot. I mean, that's pretty cool stuff. And you're trying to capture as many points and steal it from your opponents. In the cooperative game, it's very similar, but you're all working together. The problem is, in the cooperative game, you're going to see enemy units moving around the board. They come in the form of tokens, and these tokens are pretty much the same as cards, but see, jet fighters 6, infantry 3, fighter planes, and they'll start moving around the board fighting back. Also, the humans are going to get technology, like here they might get advanced communications. So all counters now have plus X to their strength, where that's the resistance value of the location they're at. And also they're going to be progressing over the course of a game. You use a special track here. And if they get to the end, well then they're going to win. They're going to find a way to defeat the aliens and push them off. The cooperative game is probably the best game, but sometimes you just want to play the competitive one because you just want to all smash stuff and destroy it. The board looks a little barren here. But once you get these location cards all over the board, the thing really livens up and you see a lot more artwork. Speaking of which, I like the artwork of this game. I think I said that in the intro. I like all the pieces. There's different things. Look at the first player start token. Totally unnecessary. And the rule book is well written. It's a very easy game to play. They even have things for random direction determination. Sometimes that will happen. You can nuke a whole spot and demolish it so that no one else can ever go there. You can really mess over the opponents, because these event cards that you're drawing in your hand, like I said, are powerful. So you may not be a powerful player, but these cards can really mess up somebody else. See, there's that atomic bomb. Just dreadfully annoying.
So really, if you want a game for the gamers, I think you should probably stick to the cooperative aspect. Although I have yet to play that, it sounds more gamey to me, and it sounds like gamers would like that aspect better.
I liked it better.
The head-to-head version is just campy fun, I guess you could call it that, because it's just a bunch of dice chucking and fun because you can read the flavor text of the cards and all that kind of stuff. So, but really, you have 2 pluses here.
This gets 2 thumbs up from me, with the caveat that you have to know what you're getting into. All right. If I play this with a bunch of Eurogamers, they'd be like, "What is this?" But I'm telling you, you play this, especially with kids. They're going to think it's hilarious fun. Just moving your aliens. When your aliens get blown up, you just get them back at your starting spot and they start marching across the board again. It's annoying, but not completely destructive. Getting different technologies, using your alien, role-playing it up a bit, getting angry at the hero who keeps messing you up. Yeah. It's just kind of funny to be on the other side. And it's all focused on these really terrible B-movies. And it plays out just like one of those.
And it feels a lot like Monsters Menace America. Although Monsters Menace America, I think, is a little bit more of an involved game than this is. It has the same feel to it. Just campy fun, dice chucking, enjoyment. That's the best I can say.
Ooh, maybe we could bring the monsters from mix the two.
That's your bag, not mine, man.
All right. Well, anyway, it's a good game, and I think it has a very low threshold of entering. When people play it, it's not difficult to understand. But you got to go in expecting that you might lose through no fault of your own. It's just the way the dice work, cards were played, etc.
2 thumbs up for what it is.